Are you tired of getting hurt in your relationships? Do you want to learn how to detach so that no one can hurt you anymore? We are taught to hold on to possessions, to people, to identities, to control. We believe that the more we grasp, the safer we are. But in truth, the more we cling, the more fragile we become. Letting go to become invincible is not about giving up. It's about liberating yourself from the illusions that make you weak, fearful, or dependent. Our mission is empowering people to find their voice, to live an intentional life, and to create a life they're excited about. If that's something that you're into, then make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you never miss one of our videos. Disconnecting doesn't mean you're uncaring or unfeeling. It means you're protecting yourself. Because when you're attached to outcomes, you're attached to people pleasing you or doing what you want them to do. You open yourself up to a world of pain. It's the practice of releasing attachment to what you cannot control so that nothing can control you. You're putting your happiness in someone else's hands, and that's scary, right? When we detach, we're taking a break from the emotional roller coaster. You're not swayed by outside opinions or what people say behind your back. Imagine you're giving a presentation and you're really nervous. Your heart is pounding. Your palms are sweaty. Why? Because you're attached to the outcome. You want the speech to go perfectly. When you're too attached to your own problems and emotions, it's hard to understand how others feel. When we're attached to people, we often get hurt when they don't meet our expectations or when they let us down. You have to recognize when you're getting too attached to something or someone. Ask yourself, is this attachment causing you more pain than joy? Is it making you anxious or stressed? If the answer is yes, then it's time to detach. It's about finding your center, about becoming the rubber duck that's calm amidst the storm. Embrace the power that comes with it. Remember, when you detach, you're not running away. Share your thoughts, your experiences, and any insights you have. Letting go does not mean giving up or suppressing emotion. It is an act of deep awareness and inner mastery. Letting go to become invincible is not about weakness or indifference. It is about liberation from what binds, blinds, and breaks us. It is about learning to live from the inside out, unshaken by what changes, untouched by what fades, and undefeated by what the world calls loss. We often associate strength with holding on to goals, relationships, possessions, opinions, and control. We are taught that success means grasping, winning, accumulating. But the ancient masters, the Stoics, the Buddhists, the sages, taught a different truth. The Stoics taught that we are not disturbed by events themselves, but by our attachment to them. Our belief that we need certain outcomes, people, or praise in order to be okay. Letting go is not a loss. It is the disentangling of your soul from everything that ever lied to you about what you need to be whole. You're free to pursue your own path without being held back by other people's opinions or by your own fears. Not because life becomes easy, but because the person has become unshakable. When we're attached to outcomes, we suffer when things don't go our way. Detachment doesn't mean ignoring these feelings. It also means accepting people for who they are, not for who you want them to be. Detaching from outcomes is a bit trickier. After all, we all want things to work out well. But it's important to remember that we can't control everything. Sometimes things just don't go our way, and that's okay. We have to accept that and move on gracefully. It means acknowledging them, understanding them, and then letting go. It's like clearing the clutter from a messy room. Start by detaching from small things, from the need to be right, or the need to win every argument. What if everything you were taught about strength was incomplete? What if being powerful had less to do with control, status, or unbreakable defenses, and more to do with what you could live without? What if the path to becoming truly invincible was not through acquisition, but through liberation? Once you've removed the stuff that's clouding your mind, you can think more clearly and make better decisions. It is a paradox that reveals the deepest kind of freedom. A strength's not forged by dominance, but by surrender. Not the surrender of weakness, but the surrender of illusion. You realize that everyone has their own battles to fight. You become more compassionate and understanding towards others. We grasp tightly because we fear that without these things, we will fall apart. We believe that our identity, our peace, even our worth, is bound to what we hold. But slowly, quietly, life teaches another truth. Everything changes. Everything fades. Nothing outside of us is permanent. And so, the tighter we cling, the more fragile we become. We suffer, not because life is cruel, but because we resist its nature. We try to control what cannot be controlled. We define ourselves by things that are temporary. We fear losing what was never truly ours. This is the great lie that creates anxiety, insecurity, jealousy, and despair, that we must hold on to be whole. Detachment gives you clarity. It helps you make better decisions. When you're not attached to outcomes, you can think more clearly and rationally. You're not clouded by emotions or fears. If they look down or get distracted by the cheers or the gasps, they lose their balance and fall. Similarly, in life, if you're too attached to what others think or to outcomes, you lose your balance. You fall into a state of constant worry and stress. And detachment isn't running away. It's facing ourselves and our feelings honestly without judgment. It's acknowledging that sometimes we need space to heal. People will let you down. Things won't go as planned. That's just how it is. But when you detach, you become like the rubber duck. You remind yourself that you've prepared well and you've got this. Your body relaxes, your voice becomes steadier, and you project more confidence. The audience responds positively because they can sense your calmness. Detachment helps you stay grounded in the present moment. It helps you enjoy the experience rather than constantly worrying about what might happen. You're still present in life, but you're not as affected by the chaos around you. Now, why would someone want to be invincible? Don't we all want to be able to feel things deeply? Yes, we do. But have you ever been hurt so badly that you just wish you could turn off your emotions? I have. How about you? Detachment might sound like a bad thing, because it seems like you're disconnecting from life, but it's not. Let me explain. We all need to detach from time to time. We need to pull away from situations and people that are draining us emotionally. Think of a rubber duck floating on water. The water represents life with its ups and downs, its joys and pains. The duck represents you. When the water gets rough, the duck stays still, bobbing gently. Why? Because it's detached from the water's movement. It's not affected by the waves. In life, there will always be ups and downs. Why should you detach? Well, think about it. When you're attached to something or someone, you're giving them the power to make you feel good or bad. Imagine a tightrope walker. They have to be completely focused on themselves, on their balance, not on the crowd below. But when you detach, you become like the tightrope walker who's lost their balance. You're calm and focused on yourself. Let's take the example of public speaking. Now imagine that you detach from the outcome. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, you focus on your breathing. Detachment also allows you to be more empathetic. Let's face it, attachment causes most of our pain and suffering. Think about it. So how can you detach? Well, it starts with awareness. Detaching from people doesn't mean you have to cut them out of your life. It means setting boundaries. It means being honest about your needs and expectations. Detachment is a skill like anything else. It takes practice. The bottom line is that detachment isn't about disconnecting from life or from people. It's about connecting to yourself in a deeper way. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by emotions or by the chaos around you, take a step back and detach. Embrace the stillness. Embrace the calm. If you found this video helpful, please let us know in the comments.